David has his chef's coat on, so that means we're about to eat something really yummy. I can smell it already. What are we cooking today?
We are going to make some basil pesto. And start with, we have two different basil plants rather here. This is the more traditional type.
Right.
This is a different variety, and you may want to taste it first. It is a culinary type, but it does have a different flavor. So you might want to check with your local garden store and find out if it's going to work for you.
Yeah, it does have a little bit different of a smell to it.
So it's a very easy process, and we're going to use about 2 cups. Kind of hard to measure, but you're just going to take about 2 handfuls of it.
You kind of pack it in there.
And we want to pack it in, and we'll just add just a teeny bit of oil to just begin with, and we're going to blend that up, and then we'll start adding the other ingredients.
Could you use a food processor?
You could, but I would probably stick with a blender because it gives it a more whirling action, and it makes a finer product. All right, we spent a few minutes, and we've got the basil nice and pulverized.
Oh, smells delicious. So those 2 cups are now down to, looks like about a half cup.
Yeah, if that. So now we're ready to add the cheese, and then we're gonna, if you want to add the cheese,
all right.
We're using Parmesan, and then we're gonna add a little bit more oil to help blend that.
You've already grated this, you don't add it in chunks.
If you add it in chunks, you're probably not gonna get it to go ahead and get as smooth as you'd like. And I like to add the pine nuts last, because when you add the pine nuts last, they still stay a little bit crunchy. And if you want, you could use walnuts, because pine nuts are definitely very expensive. So let's give that a couple quick pulses.
And you're using olive oil.
I'm using olive oil, and I think for a pesto, you definitely want to use olive oil. It gives it a lot better flavor.
A good olive oil.
Yeah, I'd use a good. I wouldn't use one that you're going to normally use for cooking.
Okay.
So let's just move that down a little bit. We're looking for a consistency that is a fairly smooth sauce. We don't want it too runny, not too thick. And you can adjust that by either adding more cheese if you need to, or you can add more olive oil. I think right now we're a little bit thick. And then we're also going to be adding our pine nuts now too, so we want to make sure that it's all going to blend up really nice.
All these?
Yeah, it's probably about a half a cup.
And you don't toast them?
Well, you could if you wanted to. It'll definitely bring out more flavor, but I normally just use them raw. Okay, so how's that look?
Looks great.
Consistency looks pretty good. I actually forgot an ingredient here, very important, is garlic. So we can add that in now. It's really not a problem. We're just going to probably add 1 or 2 cloves. I'm not looking to make it extremely garlicky. And then probably about a half a teaspoon of salt. And then we'll just whirl that up really quick, and we will be good to go. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. You want to give it a taste?
You bet
see what
I
you
do.
think?
Are you kidding me? It smells so good. Oh, that's delicious.
And taste everything. Nothing's too overpowering.
And a little bit of nutty.
Right.
A little cheese.
Great.
Some garlic, but
Okay.
not too much. It's really good.
Good. All right, well, let's pour it out. Consistency looks pretty good. It's not too thick. It's not too thin.
Now, what else besides pasta can you put this on?
Well, you can use pasta. That's the traditional. You can also use it on crostini if you like. And if you like, you could even use it on meats like chicken. And one of my favorite, actually, is I had it on a pizza in Chicago one time.
Your turn.
Okay, so pesto pizza, it was great.
All right, we have the full recipe, everything you need to make your own pesto sauce on our website, thanks to Chef David. That's fusionnw.com.